Doco filmmaker Michael Moore has found fame with his provocative documentaries. Changing Hollywood by producing films with a message, his unapologetic attacks on social wrongs has shifted the public's focus from drama to reality. Even changing our perceptions of red carpet ready, Moore wants answers to some big questions.
But there's something wrong with the fact that a guy in a ball cap with no education is the one knocking on the door of the CEO, asking the questions that you should be asking. It should be, if you're a journalist watching my film, you should be embarrassed by me. You should be revolted at the sight of me, and you should say to yourself, why am I not doing that? I went to school to do that. I'm being paid to do that. What's that schlump doing up there?
A self-described liberal, Moore has criticized globalization, large corporations, and assault weapon ownership in his 2002 film Bowling for Columbine. The movie probes the culture of guns and violence in the United States, taking as a starting point the Columbine High School massacre of 1999.
Europeans have reacted very strongly to this film. They see it as a warning to themselves. They're becoming more like us. They're snipping away the social safety net that they've always had to protect their people. And they actually have more guns and more violence now than they used to have in the past. And they think it's because we're becoming too American-like. And they want to stop that. And it's not too late for them. It may be too late for us. I hope it isn't. We may be too far down the road. I'd like to think that it isn't. I mean, obviously I'm making films like this because I believe that there's a hope.
Bowling for Columbine won the 2002 Academy Award for Documentary Feature. It also enjoyed great commercial and critical success for a film of its type, and became, at the time, the highest-grossing mainstream-released documentary. Moore's film Fahrenheit 9/11 examines America in the aftermath of the September 11, 2001 attacks, particularly the record of the Bush administration.
George W. Bush and his ilk, they actually despise our troops. Only someone who despises our young people, who have offered to serve and protect our country and give up their lives if necessary, to send them to war based on a lie, is the worst violation of trust you could have and the worst way to treat our troops.
An outspoken opponent of the Iraq War and critical of George W. Bush, in 2008 he released his first free movie on the internet. Slacker Uprising documents his crusade to encourage Americans to vote in presidential elections. And it seems even Hollywood is listening.
In fact, we have to dissent. That's what democracy is about, is to speak our minds. And here's a guy who's speaking his mind, and a lot of people agree with him. I basically agree with him myself. I don't always agree with his methods, but his political point of view is something that every man on the street here basically agrees with.
You know, he's completely honest, and he's reminding everybody that the citizens of America own this country, not the politicians. They're supposed to represent us.
Sicko is the film Moore directed about the American healthcare system, focusing particularly on the managed care and pharmaceutical industries. The film is currently ranked the third highest-grossing documentary of all time and received an Academy Award nomination for Best Documentary Feature.
What other countries do right is that they decide to make it a priority. They don't spend their money invading other countries. They spend their money taking care of their own people. I have a feeling the majority of Americans would like to get back to that. Let's take care of ourselves here, and let's stop putting our nose in other people's business.
In 2005, Time magazine named him one of the world's 100 most influential people. Nothing is off limits in Moore's written and cinematic works, and by illuminating subjects slighted by the mainstream media, Michael Moore is certainly making a change.